The House of Kuru, Part 2, Chapter 12. Vasu the Archer. The son of the charioteer Adhiratha made his way to the Ashrama of Parashurama and stood behind in a line of students who were members of the priestly class known as Brahmanas. Dressed like a Brahmana, he approached the sage and hoped that he would not notice that he belonged to the warrior class of men. The sage had a fiery fury in his eyes as he looked up and down each student. Karna was terrified something would go wrong, and this in turn worked out to his advantage because the axe-wielding sage mistook him for a coward. As soon as Karna approached the sage, he was trembling. "You seem to be scared, young man. Tell me, who are you?" asked the sage Parashurama. My name is Vasu. I am the son of a poor Brahmana. I wish to learn the art of the bow to stave off my fear," lied Karna. And the words struck a chord. The sage Parashurama took an instant liking to the boy and agreed to train him in the art of warfare and instruct him in the secrets of the bow. Karna was euphoric with delight. Not only did he gain admission to the knowledge of the bow, he is to be trained under the legendary sage Parashurama, guru of Bhishma and Drona himself. Karna's happiness knew no bounds. Tears flooded his eyes as he fell at the feet of his guru and begged forgiveness for not having enough dravina to pay for tuition. Parashurama, who had an immense soft spot for the members of the priestly class, especially the poor ones, thought little of it. "Fear not, my child. I have no such desire for wealth or fortune. I will be happy to teach a poor Brahmana," said the axe-wielding sage, as the sun set on a teary-eyed Karna. Karna woke early the next morning and worshipped the sun as he always did, and waited for his guru to rise from slumber well before the sun rose on the horizon. Karna was the first student amongst all the students in the ashrama. Training commenced from the very basics on how to hold the bow and how to let go of the arrow, and Karna felt thrilled every time the arrow was let loose from his bow. Training rigorously, Karna began to win the favor of his preceptor. Guru Parashurama began to see a hunger in Karna's eyes that he could not see in any of the other students. Very soon, Vaikartana Karna became very close to the axe-wielding sage. Every morning he would be the first to rise and practice the bow, and with due training he became invincible amongst his students. Training under Parashurama was no simple feat. The sage would place excruciatingly difficult tasks on his students and had the highest expectations from them, and many students were not able to keep up with the pace of his training. One student who kept winning the grace of Parashurama was none other than Vaikartana Karna. His dedication to the bow only increased with his knowledge and training under the sage. The sage then instructed him on the divine and celestial weapons, giving him the powerful but deadly Bhargava Astra. The Bhargava Astra was a weapon forged by the ancestors of the sage, which would cause showers of countless arrows to rain from the sky. And aside from the Bhargava Astra, he also gave unto him the deadly Brahmastra as well, making him one of the most dangerous and powerful warriors in the world. And this was enough to send Karna on a feat of euphoria. As training commenced, the passion between Parashurama and Karna grew, and so Parashurama bestowed upon Karna his own personal bow, the Vijaya, a feat which caused Karna to develop a deep-seated affection for his guru. So great was his love for his guru, he would happily sacrifice all his free time in serving him by washing his clothes, preparing his food, and doing domestic duties on top of his education. Nearly a decade passed, and Guru Parashurama decided that Karna alone was fit for further training and instructed the rest of the students to leave, allowing for him to provide undivided attention on his growth. Karna trained long hours into the day, every day, and slowly but surely Karna was becoming one of the best students Parashurama taught. With the hours of practice and training, Parashurama began to start suspecting that Karna was an unusual Brahmana. Though he could not quite put his finger on it, something was definitely off about this lad, he thought to himself. The amount of discipline, the thirst for glory and determination of will was very unusual among the members of the priestly class. But the sage did love the hunger and thirst for success burning through Karna's heart, and thought little of it. One evening, after a particularly long day of practice, the sage decided to take a rest and requested Karna to bring him a roll of deerskin for him to place his head on. But Karna insisted the sage use his lap instead. As the sage rested on the lap of Karna, the sun began to set. Indra, the god of the celestials, began to notice that the son of Surya, by Karna, was beginning to excel in the art of archery under the pseudonym of Vasu, and with the axe-wielding sage as his mentor, Indra began to worry. If Karna continued his education, he would become invincible on the battlefield, and could potentially be a destructive force for the Celestials or his own son, whom he sired through the mantra of Kunti. He decided to cut short his education and appeared in the form of a scarab beetle as the axe-wielding sage was lying on the lap of Karna. The scarab beetle began to burrow into the thigh of the student. Little by little, the scarab beetle began to dig deeper and deeper into Karna's thigh. Pain beyond pain was inflicted onto Karna, but not wanting to disturb the sleep of his guru, he bore it with gritted teeth and patience. Finally, the beetle began to cut through his thigh bone. But the son of the sun god bit his tongue, clenched his wrists, and continued to bear the pain until the warm blood of his left thigh seeped into the ear of his guru. The sage Parashurama woke with a startled to see blood and a limping Karna holding on to his left thigh. Parashurama's entire body was on high alert as though someone had attacked him. Within moments, he fully comprehended what was going on. Karna was holding on to his thigh, struggling to hold back tears, while a horrific fury appeared on the sage's face. "You are not a Brahmana, are you, boy? No Brahmana can withstand the amount of pain that you just underwent," said the sage, trembling with rage. No, I'm not sure if I stammered Karna, struggling to find the words. "Tell the truth!" roared the sage, trembling furiously while pointing his index finger at Karna and sporting a look of rage-induced madman. The sheer look of terror on the face of sage Parashurama was enough for Karna to blabber everything about his upbringing as a charioteer's son. The sage Parashurama known to have slaughtered 10,000 men in a single combat and killed the legendary Kartavirya, was furious. Certain that his death has approached him, Karna fell at the feet of sage Parashurama. "Forgive me, you are my father, my very own father. A father does not kill his son. Forgiveness is the nature of a father. I beg you, dear Guru, forgive me please," begged the son of the sun god. But Parashurama was having none of it. "You lied to me! You lied just like the warriors I slaughtered! You too have no virtue!" Parashurama's rage was growing and Karna was panicking. He had to do something. Karna grabbed hold of his guru's feet and held on tightly, trembling in fear, while Parashurama was seething in anger. His face turned from red to purple, and a large, thick vein appeared on his face just before his left temple. "I hate the warrior class! This is why I hate them! Dishonesty is in their blood!" roared the sage, looking at the son of the sun god. While Karna kept begging the Guru for forgiveness, the sky was blood red as the evening sun was about to set, when Karna, crying uncontrollably, kept requesting his Guru for forgiveness. But Parashurama was having none of it, and he pronounced a terrible curse. "As you have lied to me to gain this knowledge, which is the basis on how virtue and truth are upheld, you will forget everything I taught you when the hour of your demise approaches," said the furious sage Parashurama, and Karna wept uncontrollably, cursing his fate. "However, for your dedication to the bow and your desire for glory, I give you my word. You will be one of the best archers in the world, and generations will speak of your greatness," said the sage, and he turned around and did not take a second look at the son of the sun god and left. Karna dropped to his right knee while dropping his left thigh on the ground, as the pain was still unbearable, and he slept the night right there. "Dear Guru, I do not understand. Karna's love for Guru Parashurama was indeed deep and desperate. How can one small lie cause such a furious curse?" asked Janamejaya. "Karna told a lie to learn a knowledge that can obliterate armies. This knowledge can only be given to the foremost of virtuous men. Parashurama was more angry with himself for not seeing through the lie than with Karna," said Vaishampayana. "You see, dear king, when a person lies, cheats, or betrays, the victim feels humiliated, and that can be more painful than the lie itself, especially when Guru Parashurama was also gaining an affection for his protege Karna," said Vaishampayana. "But alas, the tale of Karna's curses do not end here, my king. Listen on, and I will tell," said the Rajaguru Vaishampayana.